Is VCIT a good investment? This is the Vanguard Intermediate Term Corporate Bond ETF. It seeks to track the performance of the Bloomberg US 5 to 10 year corporate bond index. It gives you diversified exposure to the intermediate term investment grade US corporate bond market. This ETF is passively managed and provides current income with high credit quality. This investment was incepted back in 2009. There are currently almost $60 billion in assets under management. This ETF has a very low expense ratio at 0.03. You can currently buy a share for around $85. Over 11 million shares trade on average each day. The bid-ask spread is a little high at 0.59%. The beta is 1.12. The portfolio turnover rate is 72%. The long-term Sharpe ratio is 0.22. The trailing 12-month yield is 4.49%, and these bonds have an effective maturity of 7.5 years. Now we're going to build a 60-40 portfolio with this investment, and we're going to use InvestUSA to help us do this. This app is available for iPhone and iPad. So to build the fixed income, the 40% of our portfolio, we're going to use 7% JPIB for international bonds, 10% VCIT for intermediate corporate bonds, 7% in IEF, these are 7 to 10 year treasury bonds, 12% in IAUM, this is a gold bullion fund, and 4% in USFR, this is a floating rate treasury fund. And for the equities, we're going to use 10% in VWO for our emerging markets, 12% in DFIV for our international value, 12% in VGT for our tech, 12% in XMMO for a mid cap, and 14% QQQM for US large cap. So we're going to use Portfolio Visualizer to perform a backtest, and we can see back to January of 2022. This 60-40 portfolio has a compound annual growth rate of 9.71, which is very close to SPY's performance, which is an all-equity fund. This portfolio has a better Sharpe ratio than the S&P 500, and now you have the knowledge to leave your financial advisor. InvestUSA. Download it.